I was the only one who befriended the weird girl in high school. 15 years later, she saved my life in a way I never expected. Everyone remembers the outcast from their high school parn, that one person who never quite fit in. At my school, that was Eliza. She wore the same 3 oversized sweaters, regardless of weather, rarely made eye contact, and spent lunch periods solving complex math equations while the rest of us gossiped about weekend plans. I wasn't popular either, parent just average enough to blend in, but one rainy Tuesday in junior year, I found Eliza hiding in the bathroom, her calculus notebook soaked with toilet water, courtesy of the cheerleading squad. Something snapped in me that day. You can copy my notes, I offered, helping her salvage what remained of her work. That small kindness turned into study sessions, which evolved into actual friendship. Eliza was brilliant but socially awkward parrot you'd now recognize as being on the autism spectrum, though in 2005 she was just labeled weird or difficult. While everyone predicted she'd end up living in her parents' basement, I saw something extraordinary in her intense focus and pattern recognition. When we graduated, she got a full scholarship to Marty while I went to community college nearby. We promised to stay in touch, but life happened. Social media connections and occasional birthday messages were all that remained of our friendship. I was working as a marketing manager at a mid-sized company, married with a 3-year-old daughter. Emma life was good if ordinary parent, until Emma started showing concerning symptoms. Explained bruising, fatigue, low-grade fevers that wouldn't break after weeks of tests. The diagnosis shattered my world. A rare form of leukemia with a complicated genetic component. The treatment protocol was experimental with devastating side effects and only a 30% success rate. I remember sitting in my car after that appointment screaming until my throat was raw that night. Desperate and sleepless, I posted about Emma's diagnosis on Facebook. By morning, dozens of friends had commented with prayers and heart emoji paired to meaningful but ultimately helpless gestures. Then came a direct message from Eliza, now Dr. Eliza Chen. I need Emma's full genetic panel and treatment protocol, send it today. Her message seemed cold, almost demanding. I hadn't heard from her in years, and this was her response. But desperation makes you do strange things. I sent the files 3 days later. My phone rang at 2 a.m. The standard protocol won't work for Emma, Eliza said without greeting. Her genetic markers indicate she'll be resistant, but I've been working on something that might. Through the fog of sleep and grief, I learned that Eliza was now leading a pioneering research team in personalized cancer treatments. For the past decade, she'd been developing algorithms to match genetic profiles with customized treatment protocols, parent work that had been largely ignored by the medical establishment as too experimental. Emma's profile matches our research parameters perfectly, she explained. I can get her into our trial program tomorrow, if you are willing to fly to Boston. I stammered something about insurance, about needing time to research. This isn't about money, she interrupted. This is about Emma. My team has been waiting for a case like hers. The hospital will cover everything. What Eliza didn't say, parent, what I learned later from her colleagues, Panna, was that she had been working 20-hour days analyzing Emma's case, personally funding additional research and calling in every professional favor she'd accumulated over her career. 6 months later, Emma is in remission. Her doctors call it miraculous. The treatment protocol Eliza developed is now being studied for wider application, potentially saving thousands of children with similar genetic markers. Last week, I asked Eliza why she had gone to such extraordinary lengths for my daughter. She looked at me with the same direct gaze I remembered from high school. 15 years ago, you were the only person who saw me as more than my awkwardness, she said simply. You were the only one who believed I could do something meaningful with my mind. I never forgot that. Sometimes the smallest kindnesses return to us in ways we could never imagine. The weird girl everyone dismissed is now revolutionizing cancer treatment, starting with my daughter's life, and it all began with borrowed calculus notes and a friendship that defied high school social hierarchies. If Tia is a weird person in your life, someone whose brilliance doesn't fit neatly into social expectations, I urge you to look deeper. That person might someday change the world, or at least they might change yours.